Here we have the outside of the Swift Fairway 530. If we firstly come to the gas locker, you'll see that there is plenty of room in here for 2 bottles. The regulator just sits up here, and this particular model is running the Trima Duo control. So what we can do is attach another pigtail just here to another bottle, and instead of having to constantly keep unscrewing all the time, we can switch between bottles just like so. And if we want to, we can also have both bottles turned on and then have it set in the middle, and it will then feed off both. The hose itself comes off the regulator, screws into the bottle, and then is tightened with a gas spanner. Bottle on and off on the top here. Just make sure that the bottle is off for travel. Also in here we have the spare wheel, the jack in this bag just here, and then also in here the corner steady winding handle. As we now come round, we have the flue for the Aldi heating and hot water system. We do not need to do anything with these particular flues, just make sure nothing is obstructing it. Next we have water into the van at this point here. So to remove the submersible, just pull on the blue trigger, give it a bit of a wiggle, and out it'll come. These are basically just big long straws in a sense with a little filtery bit on the end. This caravan has an onboard water pump. If we now plug it back in, just like so. Beside this we then have the battery locker. So there's a battery just there, and then mains hook up just there, and then beneath, or behind that I should say, we then have external satellite or television hookup point just there. Next we have the grey water drain, so everything that goes down the plug holes comes out at these 2 points just here. So waste master underneath the van, and then attach your convoluted pipe to these points just here. Next we have the toilet. So this top half here is for the header tank. So to pop in your flush water, add your pink solution, and then top the rest up with water, either using a hosepipe or watering can. Do not travel with this completely full, or it will slosh about everywhere and make a mess. So to drain this header tank down for either travel or winterization, if we now go to the location of the cassette and we just look slightly up here, you will see a little black hose. If I now just grab hold of that, all we need to do to drain the header tank down is just pull the end out. The cassette comes out just by lifting up and then pulling towards you. Most Thetford cassettes now come on wheels with an extendable handle. So before use, remove the cap and then pop in your blue solution. When it comes to emptying it, empties from the same place, but just make sure you hold this button in, because that will release the vacuum, stop it from glugging and making a mess everywhere. It is also a good idea just to keep the seal lubricated as well. Thetford do a silicone lubricant. If we now move around to the back of the caravan, you'll see the winding points for the rear corner steadies. We also have the 2 rail points if you ever wanted to add a 2-lay bike rack. As we come round, we then have the weight plate just there. That also has the tyre pressures, tyre sizes, wheel nut torque settings, etc. We then have the 2 vents for the fridge. Again, nothing that massively needs to be done with these, but just make sure that nothing's obstructing them. Do not spray a load of water at them when washing the caravan. We then have external main supply, access underneath the bench seat, external barbecue point. If you are going to use this, you will need to buy an adapter, which is about this big. All you need to do is attach the hose of the barbecue to one end of it with a Jubilee clip, and then the other end will then pop in where my finger is, just here. To remove it, just push on the collar and it will pop out, kind of similar to what the dust cap has just done. And then we have the front corner steady wind point just here.